My name is Ada. So the last time we explored the how to import inbuilt data sets. So today we are going to explore, we're going to explore inbuilt data sets in R programming. You can also do this when you have any data set. So firstly, what we are going to do is to first run our library, which is this, so that we can be able to access the so we can be able to access our data, the inbuilt data. Very important. It's very, very important that you run your package. Very important. So firstly, we are using, if I remember, we are using a diamond data set. So diamond. So normally this is found in ggplot, which I already have here. So you run it. So now the next thing that we are going to do is to know to the details of this data set, what is in diamond, what it contains, and every other thing. Sorry that I minimize this. Let me increase it some more. Sorry. Ouch. Okay. Sorry. I have to take it off small. Okay, this is what we have. So the next one is to check the data details, which we use full stop, or you can use help, then in brackets. But I prefer to use full stop. It's easy access. You type in your data, the name here. So this will give us the details, data details. You see it here now. See what we have. The price of over 50,000 round quartz diamond. The description, the data set contain the price and other attributes of almost 54 diamonds. So the variables are as follows. We have the usage, which is the diamond, the format. We have the price, which is the price in US dollar. We have the carats, we have the chords, we have the color, we have clarity, we have clarity, we have the X, we have the Y, and the Z. So looking at this, you see the detailed explanation of what each of the columns means. So the next thing that we are going to do is heading. So we want to find we want to know the first six row, which is the heading. Sorry, we use head to know the first six row of our data, which is diamond. Okay, you type in your data. Why is it not prompting me? I think something came up. Okay, I'm supposed to prompt. Oh shit. Okay, so here, diamond. Something is actually wrong with this. But let me run it. Let me run it. Okay, something is actually missing here. I don't think this is correct. Okay, yeah, this is okay. So this is the first six row of the data. Then to know the last six row, we use tail. Yeah. So we diamond, sorry, you run it. This is the last six row and column. Yeah, the last six row of the data set. So the next thing that we are going to do is to know if you want to know the column name of your data set, the column name, the variable names. Okay, let me use the variable name. We use name. When you type in names, then you type in the data you have already. Okay, so you run it. This is the variable name. This is the variable name. This is the variable carat, color, clarity, depth, tape, price, X, which is exactly what we have here. Everything is here, the table wide or whatever. Then the next thing we are going to do is the summary. If you want to summarize, you want a summary of everything, you type in summary. See, to use R is very, very easy. Once you know your code, you know how to navigate. It's very easy to also do a data cleaning in your R programming. R programming work like Python too. It's like Python. If you know your code, you have your package installed, everything is going to be working perfectly. So this is what we have: the minimum, the first quadrant, we have the media, we mean, and so on and so forth. So this is actually what we have. You can see the carats, the color. So this is exactly what we have, the main for each variables. So yeah. So the next we are going to do is, let's assume you want to count the row, how many rows that you have. The best thing to how to count how many rows you have is you type in n rows. Yeah, I think this. You type in the diamond, you want to know how many rows. But firstly, when you try to find out this data set, when you load it first, it will give you the details. This is what we have. We have 53,940 rows. Let's also check another, let's check how many column we have. The same apply to column. If you want to use column, you also want to check your column, use n column. Then, sorry, I made a mistake. N column, you type in your diamonds. Okay, so this is how we have 10 rows. So there are so many things that you can, if you really want, there are so many things you can do with this this data set. You can actually analyze, you can also filter, and you can also save this data set as your own personal data set. You can, because this is an inbuilt data in our programming, so you can actually use it for your practice to practice. You can also save it as a R as your own data set, so you can use it to work, import it as a Excel file, to like save it as your own personal files. So the next thing that we are going to do is okay, maybe in my next video we are going to learn how to filter. Then we filter, we write a mean. Okay, let's say you can do your mean here. Type in your mean, the mean. Okay, so we have this diamond. So we use dollar sign to access. Now this data set is not in my environment, mind you. So for you to be able to do a lot of things with this, you need to save it, to rename it and save it to your environment. Very, very important. So now I want to find the mean of this, the price, the mean price, the average of this price. So now let me run this. This is the average of the price. This is what I have as the average price. So if I want to, I can actually analyze this. I can, yeah. So now for you to rename this data set, the first is how to rename this so that you have it in your environment in case of next time. If you want to do more of the analytics, is okay. Let me say I want to rename this to D. Yeah. So I use is it the greater than, maybe less than, I don't know, less than, something like that. Use this arrow. This is minus sign. Then diamond. You are trying to rename it. Diamond. This is how to rename it. You run it. So once you run it here, this is where it is. So now when you rename it, you can click on this box, this table box, then it will give you this just for you to view this your data. You can also use view. You can also use view. Okay, I think is this to view these data sets. This is, you can also use view. That's if you want to view your data set. This is like a summary of everything you have: the carats, codes, color, whatever, the depth, the table, the price. These are the summary, like it's a summary. If it's Intel, if it's you know, so you can close this and take a look at this of what you have. We have the carats, we have the color, which means the data detailing is in line. So this is what we have. We have the carats, we have the counts, which is the categorical variable integer. We have the color, sorry, we have the clarity, we have the depth, we have table, we have price, we have X, Y, Z. So each of these things, the data detail explain. The X means the length in millimeter, which is 0 to 10.74. The Y is the width in millimeter, and Z is the depth in millimeters. So looking at this is, you can explore your data in this way. So please subscribe to my channel. In my next video we are going to learn how to filter and do some analysis, and also text it. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe to